This is what Mbappe had to say here on Playing for France. He said, above all, I never wanted to be a problem, but from the moment where I felt like that I was starting to become a problem and that people felt I was a problem, the most important thing is the French national team. And if the French national team is happier without me, it's like that. Jules, what do you make of this comment?
This is where I've got a bit of an issue with it, because this cries out of like, please tell me that you love me, please show me that you love me, please tell me that I'm indispensable, that you can't play without me, that I'm at the best. And then we go back to what we've been saying for a long time as well, the poster boy image, the ego, all of that. Who said it was a problem? No one. And there's no smoke without fire, is that what you say? All the stories that we've heard and that we mentioned on the show and that people know in France and that we've written as well, they came from good sources. You know, that if maybe sometimes he was a bit difficult. Yeah, he missed the penalty against Switzerland, and no one from that squad, or hardly anyone, came and sort of consoled him and said, hey, it's okay, mate. No one. And I think instead of going like, well, if I was a problem, I could have quit or I could have stopped my career for a little bit or something. Instead of that, and instead of clearly asking for people to show love and appreciation for him because he's a prodigy and he's amazing, of course he is, maybe he should have approached that differently and saying, okay, why did no one come to see me? You know, why are all those rumors and all those stories about me in the national team? No one never said it was a problem, but maybe he should think about it a bit differently than what clearly sort of came out of this interview, where he clearly wants people to say, hey, no, we love you, we need you, we absolutely need you because of 2018, because you saw this and you saw that, and that's where I've, you know, and again, we've highlighted this before on the show. It's not the first time.
It is a bad time as well.
In 2018, when France won the World Cup, the garden was full of roses, and Kylian Mbappe was as happy as a kid in the sand, right? But it seems, since some adversity, that he doesn't like the fact that now and again, in a long career, there's going to be some criticism, particularly, and him and I know, because when we used to go back and play for the national team at different times, particularly the Anglo players that were playing for clubs in England, used to get a lot more stick, we felt, than the guys playing in Scotland, right? And it's something you just got to handle. Something you just got to accept. And all of a sudden, here's Kylian Mbappe, who is, as Jill said, he's a poster boy, and everything's going swimmingly. And then all of a sudden, the French squad don't perform 3 years later at the Euros. He misses a penalty. Some you know, factions in the camp seem to be cliquey. And all of a sudden, the story's not all about him positively. And in that 3 years, he hasn't turned into a giant big baby over all this.
Whenever there's pressure on you as a player, the only thing you can do is do what got you to that sort of position in the first place, and get your head down, keep your mouth shut, and do what you do on the field. It sounds like Mbappe's blaming everybody. It's Neymar's fault. Is it the French team's fault? It's Perez's fault. There's nothing he's ever said that I can remember that was ever his fault. He's always thrown it onto somebody else and then talking away.
And by the way, if he goes to Real Madrid and say Barcelona make some fantastic comeback and sort their finances out, and Atleti are strong, and he goes to Real Madrid as the big signing, the Galactico, and they struggle, if he thinks it's bad now, you know this, in that part of the world, they're relentless. And so they will hang him out to dry big time. So if he thinks the pressure is big now, yeah, being in his own country, wait to see if he goes to Madrid and it doesn't go well. Oh boy, he's going to be very upset.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.